case on the bottom is how the pyramids are built. And you'll basically see that these levers, as you turn on each end, the ropes, the arms would move like this. They'd go up, and the flat parts here in the middle, they'd go up, and where the one up here would be moving down, and they would meet together here and here. And they would change the pegs and just keep moving it up. Just keep moving it up. Just like this back one that you see here is moving everything back up to the top. That's why when you look at the Great Pyramid, it has big stone round spots around the pyramid, and that's what held the base of these big devices. And Ron built one of these, and Japanese TV was on the Great Pyramid showing how these things worked.
Oh, Japanese TV. Okay.
They were there. We have a film of that. Oh.
Okay. Well, Ron Wyatt discovered a method that could be used to lift the stones to build the pyramids. And Herodotus, the historian, talks about how they used leverage to build the pyramids. And then there were two timbers found in King Tut's tomb, King Tutankhamun's tomb, and they were very oddly shaped. Nobody could figure out what they were used for. So he started to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and this drawing right here, if you wanted to write to build in the Egyptian language, you would draw this symbol. So basically what Ron did was he took this, flipped the symbol using these timbers and the mechanism that Herodotus described, and he built a device that will use leverage to lift the stones. So basically what we have here is the stones will be lifted up on each device until they get to the top of the pyramid. Now what he did was he built a larger version of this, and he tested it similar to this one right here. And so basically the stones would go on the platform, several people would stand on each side of the machine, and they would start to turn the wheels, and it lifts by means of leverage massive amounts of weight. Now Ron Wyatt built a much, much larger version of this, and he drove his minivan up on it, his car up on it, and 4 people lifted a car. So it works.
Okay. Nos explica que 4 personas pudieron levantar un coche con este mecanismo en una versión más grande de esta estructura que construyó Ron Wyatt para demostrar que los egipcios antiguos levantaban estas piedras de qué peso, which weight you think?
That on the stones?
Yeah.
Probably 1,000 pounds, 2,000 pounds, something like that.
Okay, thank you very much.
What you're looking at here is 2 varieties of pyramid building machines. The one nearest the wall is a single lift device. These can be tailor-made to lift anything up to 500 tons, lift at 60 feet in the air. We built a working model, lifted our van with it. Anyway, and this one is the multi-lift. With this you can pass a pallet or a platform from one set of levers to the next right on up as high as you want to go. The only limits to this system of lifting stones is the individual's willingness to build a bigger machine. Now in the background we show some of the actual timbers that were found in burials in Egypt. So this is not speculation. It's in the hieroglyphs. It's described in Herodotus' histories. And also we have found the levers, actual levers that were used in the boat burial near the Great Pyramid. And we find representative timbers in the royal burials. And they, of course, didn't have anything in their burial furnishings that they were not familiar with in life. And of course, the idea of having them in their burial was that they could put them to use afterwards. Anyway, this is something that people have been curious about for thousands of years. And here in our museum, we have displays of how they were built, how the giant stones were lifted.
Herodotus writes of a contrivance the Egyptians used to construct them. Quote, "The method employed was to build it in steps, or, as some call them, tiers or terraces. When the base was complete, the blocks for the first tier above it were lifted from ground level by contrivances made of short timbers. On the first tier there was another, which raised the blocks a stage higher, then yet another which raised them higher still. Each tier or story had its own set of levers, or it may be that they used the same one, which, being easy to carry, they shifted up from the stage to stage as soon as its load was dropped into place." This passage, combined with the study of hieroglyphics, led Ron to his conclusion. Allowed to construct one of these machines on a pyramid, he demonstrated to the head of the Department of Antiquities in Cairo, Wasif Mohammed Hassan, its operation. Mr. Hassan then showed Ron some pieces of wood they had stored, which they had believed were parts of a boat. But when they tried to assemble them, they couldn't. So they simply placed them in storage. As they examined these pieces, they now knew what they were.
I'm very glad to see that this machine, which Mr. Wyatt showed me, and I think they used something like that